Welcome back to Insightful Gaming. Today, we'll unveil a wildly unique and tremendously fun build that I guarantee will become your go-to favorite. I've tested this build quite a bit, and let me tell you, popping supers every few minutes feels nothing short of amazing. You'll feel like a superhero as you unleash an unstoppable storm of shield throws and grenades, obliterating everything in your path. It's non-stop action and excitement as you become the ultimate force of destruction. Meet the long-lost exotic star of the show, 𝗕𝗘𝗠𝗘𝗥. This exotic grants you super energy, and while the Sentinel shield is active, melee kills recharge shield throw, extending your super with every hit. As long as you keep slaying enemies with shield throw during your super, it'll keep extending and you'll enjoy one long-lasting super party. But wait, there's more. Just imagine yourself having an endless supply of shield throws, gaining an overshield with every toss and enjoying infinite grenade energy. This build delivers back-to-back supers, turning you into a superhero and an unstoppable shield-throwing sensation. With this setup, you'll breeze through even the toughest game content, healing and shielding through all damage with the sheer power of our build. Centered around shield throws converting into super, this build harmonizes beautifully with the rest of our gear. If you are looking for some excitement, well, you come to the right place. If this video grabs your attention and pumps you up, please show some love by smashing that like button and leaving a comment with your favorite build. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. Get ready for some laughs and a gaming thrill ride as we dive into the delightful simplicity of this build's gameplay and combo. It all starts with a bang, or rather, a grenade toss. With your grenade damaging foes, you'll rack up melee energy. Don't be shy with your shield throw. It's perfect for wiping out enemy squads in a single swoop. Each shield throw grants us overshields, which then fuel our grenade energy reserves. The result is a non-stop shield throwing bonanza. You could also pair this well with Monte Carlo, which will grant you melee energy on damage and kills. Just try and picture this. Your shield is slicing through enemies like butter, transforming them into explosive time bombs primed and ready to set off a chain reaction of utter destruction. Isn't it an icing on the cake of an already explosive experience? With your trusty shield throws and grenades, you'll have your super up and running in no time, thanks to our mods, Fragments, and the star of the show, our exotic 𝗕𝗘𝗠𝗘𝗥. Grenades and shield throws generate orbs of power, ensuring a steady flow of grenade and melee energy. This combo lets you hurl shields back to back and replenish grenade and melee energy like a boss. Now that we've covered the overall gameplay, let's dive into our aspects. Our dynamic duo today is the incredible Controlled Demolition and Offensive Bulwark. These two gems will transform your void abilities into a fantastic fireworks show, impressing you and your teammates. Let's start with the one and only Controlled Demolition, the Master of Chaos. This aspect is like throwing a grenade into a room and watching chaos occur. Your void abilities become volatile, which means that when you hit an enemy, they go boom. And if you're lucky enough to hit a bunch of enemies at once, it's like starting a volatile chain reaction that'll have you giggling like a happy little baby. Along with those lovely gibbles and awesome fireworks, every time a volatile explosion goes off, you and your buddies get a sweet 90 HP heal. It's like the universe is saying, here's a reward for blowing stuff up. With Controlled Demolition, you'll be the king of chaos in no time. But the excitement doesn't end there. Controlled Demolition partners beautifully with Fragments, where void ability final blows also cause targets to explode. Now let's introduce the second part of this dynamic duo, Offensive Bulwark. This powerful aspect activates when you have an overshield or standing inside your Ward of Dawn. It increases your grenade regeneration by 400% and boosts your melee range and damage. What's even more amazing is that with an overshield, you get a huge amount of grenade energy. This amazing super lets you summon a shield made of void light, allowing you to attack, block, and even throw it at your enemies. When you block with it, you can create a protective wall for your teammates. But wait, there's more. Our fantastic exotic 𝗕𝗘𝗠𝗘𝗥s come with the Horns of Doom perk. This means that when you have the Sentinel shield active, melee kills recharge your shield throw. And when your shield throw takes out an enemy, it extends your super's duration. That's right, you can keep your super going for ages. And the 𝗕𝗘𝗠𝗘𝗥s have another amazing feature. They give you super energy on void melee kills. This is why this exotic is perfect for our build. You'll be able to activate your super so fast it's unbelievable. Next, let's discuss our grenade choice. Introducing the Vortex Grenade, one of the top contenders for delivering a lethal dose of damage over time. Feel free to experiment with other grenades, but we highly recommend the Vortex Grenade for peak performance. As for our barricade, we're rallying behind the Rally Barricade for speedier reloads, increased stability, and a shorter cooldown. This superstar barricade boasts a 10-second faster cooldown than its counterparts. Now let's chat about movement. We've opted for the swanky strafe lift, but please choose the movement ability that you like. Last but definitely not least, we present our melee of choice, the dazzling shield throw. This ranged option not only packs a punch, but also bestows overshields when used on distant targets. Talk about a versatile and fabulous finishing move. Let's shift gears and chat about Fragments, the tantalizing toppings on our delectable build Sunday. First up, we have Echo of Provision, the melee maestro that dishes out melee energy when your grenades nibble at enemies. Next, we present Echo of Starvation, our trusty devour provider whenever you snatch up a Void Breach or Orb of Power. This build helps create tons of orbs and void breaches, as you can see in the background gameplay. Echo of Reprisal is amazing in this build, granting us super energy on final blows when surrounded by eager combatants. This aspect is downright bonkers. Make sure to hurl those shields while rubbing elbows with your foes for a supersized energy boost. And now drumroll for our grand finale, Echo of Cessation. This beauty transforms our finisher final blows into a burst of void damage that makes nearby combatants volatile. Talk about an explosive personality. This is our main way to jazz up our targets with volatility, but you can also use the seasonal artifact mod, Volatile Flow, which we'll discuss later in the video. As a cherry on top, volatile foes upon final blows drop tasty void breaches, helping to recharge our class ability energy. Remember, these are just my personal favorite fragment for this build. Feel free to mix and match to create the void build that sings to your soul. Let's take a gander at the weaponry that elevates this build to inspiring heights. Introducing our main squeeze, the exotic Monte Carlo, a true force for melee-centric builds. This auto rifle has been catapulted to superstardom in Destiny 2 after the 30th anniversary updates. In a world where ability cooldown nerfs are aplenty, anything that sidesteps those pesky cooldowns is worth its weight in gold. Monte Carlo is the shining star when it comes down to regenerating melee energy. With this beauty in hand, you'll enjoy a near-endless supply of melee charges for both PvE and PvP. Unloading a magazine into a target is like sipping from the fountain of melee energy. Vanquishing an enemy might just gift you an instant charge, letting you spam melee abilities like there's no tomorrow. And let's not forget the Markov chain, which bolsters Monte Carlo's damage, making it a formidable contender for most PvE content and an all-around exotic gem for every game mode. Trust me, this baby really packs a punch in the crucible. Let's dive into the armor mods that turn this build into an absolute powerhouse. These mods are all about generating orbs of power and turbocharging our abilities and super. Our armor mods are centered around super regeneration on steroids. To achieve this, we're rocking a mix of mods, including those that rejuvenate our melee and grenade, and those that help us snag armor charges for even more grenade energy. Now that you've got the basics, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. On the helmet, we're doubling up on hands-on mods for super energy from melee kills, perfect for our shield throw extravaganza. We also throw in ashes to assets for an extra super energy boost. Pair these with our Echo of Reprisal fragment and you've got a super ready recipe for fun. Next up, we have heavy-handed on our gloves, generating orbs of power with powered melee final blows. We handpicked mods that play nice with shield throws, like Impact Induction for lightning-fast grenade recharge, which leads to an endless grenade fiesta. And let's not forget Melee Kickstart, which grants melee energy by consuming 3 armor charge stacks. For our chest, we're doubling down on charged up mods, increasing our armor charge stack capacity by 2. We've also got Void Resistance, but feel free to swap it out based on the situation at hand. Moving on to boots, we strap on 2 innervation mods to shrink grenade cooldowns when picking up orbs of power and stacks on stacks for bonus armor charge stacks from orb pickups. Last but not least, our Titan Mark sports 2 bomber mods for grenade energy with each class ability use and time dilation to keep our armor charges around for longer. Talk about a modtastic setup. Let's quickly go over our seasonal mods. For the first row, it really depends on your preference and weapon choice. If you're rocking a submachine gun, the Submachine Overload mod is perfect. If you're into scout rifles, the Unstoppable Scout Rifle mod is the way to go. And if you're using bows, the Overlord mod is ideal. Plus, if you're using the Wish Ender, you can also get anti-barrier capability that comes with the Wish Ender. And don't forget the Anti-Barrier Pulse Rifle and Sidearm mod for taking down barrier champions. But here's the thing, your subclass can also give you the power to defeat champions. For example, if you're using the Arc subclass, you can stun unstoppable champions with the blind or blinding aspects. If you're using Solar, ignition damage will stun them. And if you're using Stasis, shatter damage will stun them. And if you're using the Strand subclass, the Suspend aspect will suspend unstoppable champions, which also stuns them. Best of all, These mods are passive and don't require any slotting. Let's now shift our focus to the second row of seasonal mods. Here we have the Multi-Siphon mod, which combines the effects of the Strand's Solar and Void Siphon mods in your helmet. This is particularly useful if you use different energy weapons and want to generate orbs with both types of weapons. Moving on to the next 4 mods. They reduce the energy costs of your armor mods that affect your Solar, Strand, Void weapons, and grenades. For instance, with the Solar Surge mod, you can cut the energy cost of each mod from 3 to 1, which is super effective. In the third row, the first 4 mods do not benefit this build. However, let's talk about the most crucial mod in the third row, which is Volatile Flow. This mod provides a significant boost to your Void weapons. Whenever you pick up an Orb of Power, your Void weapons are granted volatile rounds, which significantly enhances your damage output and allows you to take down enemies more efficiently. This is precisely why we didn't choose the fragment that gives us volatile rounds on grenade kills, as this mod is far more effective. Moving on to the fourth row, the most essential mod for our Void build is Bricks from Beyond. This mod eliminates the need to run a heavy ammo finder mod, as it grants heavy ammo for you and your allies every time you kill powerful combatants with a Void weapon. This means that you'll have unlimited heavy ammo and won't know what to do with it all. Last but not least, in the fifth row, we are using Void Weapon Channeling, which grants a temporary boost to Void weapon damage after defeating a target with a fully charged Void ability. This mod is essential for maximizing damage output with Void weapons. In conclusion, this Void build is a force to be reckoned with, which is perfect for any activity in Destiny. Our selected abilities, aspects, fragments, and armor mods work seamlessly together to create a devastating combination. If you enjoyed this build and found it helpful, please don't forget to like the video, leave a comment below, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting builds and gaming content. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your week.